Good evening. How are we doing, guys? It feels like it has been forever since we did a stream and we had a game week to do. Already a bunch of you have joined us in the chat already. Mike Basson, good to see you, my man. First and present as ever. Alex Dobbins is in the house. We've also got Mr. White, Non-Stick Llama, of course. Who else? Guys, great to see you all. I'm sure more guys will join us as the stream pans out. But guys, it's going to be a huge game week. I finally paired my Sorare account with Sorare Mega. So I'm going to be doing that this game week, which is going to be a first for me. So fingers crossed we don't jack it up and we make the most of it this game week. We're going to go through the one-shot league. We're going to go through the Sorare Data leagues and all that kind of thing, as well as the normal SO5 stuff for all the fixtures that we're going to cover. I'll be making an extra concerted effort with you guys in the comment section tonight. Any questions, thoughts, opinions, any chat you want to have, just drop it in there and we'll bring it up to the screen when have some fun tonight, guys. Okay, no guests or anything tonight, so it'll just be kind of freestyle, just kind of going the way we normally do on these kind of game weeks. Okay, but I must actually admit I'm a little bit behind schedule tonight for the simple reason that I was on cooking duty tonight, so I had to, I was making the kids dinner. It's actually my fiance's birthday tomorrow, so we've all got to thank her for being so generous and kind as to let us actually get the stream out tonight. So yeah, all good stuff over here. The reason I'm telling you that is I haven't actually got my little play screen up and running yet, so I'm just going to do that now real quickly. I'll dive back in and check the comments for you guys, and then I'll get the stuff up on screen. Now, we don't have a game week from last week to go through, as you might have gathered already by now. So we'll just be getting kind of straight right into it this week, guys. I'm just setting up one-shot league and Sorare Data and Mega and all these kind of things, and then I'll bring all that on screen and we will do our thing. But yeah, guys, in the comment section, just let me know how's your game week been. Not your game week. How's the last week been for you? Have you got any rookie cards? Have you picked up any K-League cards? Did you go for AC Milan or Galatasaray? They were really big entries into the market. In my opinion, I managed to get some action involved with those guys, which is cool. But did you? Have you took the plunge? Have you went and acquired in these cards? Have you? Yep, okay, authorize. Right. Okay. Cool. It looks like. This is odd. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, so let me just set the wee screen up, and while I'm doing that, I can have a wee look at the chat and see how you're all getting on. Mikey boy, his partner's birthday's on Sunday. That's a funny wee coincidence, isn't it? So I need to hit this wee mode. And then in here I want to so the difficulty I'm having, right, so I'm playing around with these two screens. If I click this, oh cool, right, okay, so I can actually sort it out. Well, you guys, yeah, sorted. Right, while I'm just clicking and popping and adding stuff on the screen, guys, let me know, last couple of weeks, what's your thoughts, where are you at? There's been a lot of stuff on the community. I've been in Clubhouse quite a lot. We've been in Clubhouse tomorrow as well for like a game week deadline kind of Clubhouse chat and stuff like that as well. So if maybe you're the other side of the pond, you're in a different time zone, and the streams that we're on the now may not be convenient for you, you might even be watching this after we've been live. But make sure you check out Clubhouse and join the official Sorare like actual Clubhouse or whatever, and join us tomorrow. I think it's penciled in for like 12 o'clock or something like that. When you go and you check it out on Clubhouse, it's scheduled, so you'll see exactly what time it is we're looking to get up and running for. And I'm just trying to get rid of the wee URL bar because I think that looks horrible, and I think we've done it right. Okay, so you make sure my wee cam comes up, boom, and then can we do it? Lovely. Right, okay, I think that's what you guys are seeing now. Oh crap, I hate when I mess about with this because I always lose how to get back to the way I like seeing it. Oh, there we go. I think that's us now. Magic. Right, okay. It looks like we're cooking, guys. We're up and running. Right, so this is a Sorare Mega. I've just paired my account. What I said, oh, that's weird, is it's got a little Ether wallet here for me. I'm going to click on it and see what it does. It wants me to connect. Okay, so that's fine. I wasn't sure if that was paired with my actual Sorare wallet, but it's good to see that it isn't. It's interesting that they have their own wallet integration. I literally only opened my Sorare Mega account today, so I'll dig into that a bit deeper. If you guys don't have the answers, we'll try and get them and we'll thrash it out on a stream or a video or something. That being said, I recorded 3 videos over this week that I'm really excited to be getting out. I'm just waiting for all the editing stuff for uploads to be up and running and done and dusted, and they'll be coming out probably from like tomorrow if everything starts happening. They're kind of aimed at, they're going to go into a playlist on the channel called Sorare Intermediate, so you can probably imagine where I'm kind of aiming that, you know, the next kind of little batch of content. No problem, non-stick llama. I'm happy I always jump into DMs with folk and have a wee chat through if there's anything exact. I don't always, I must admit guys, like my DMs on Twitter, and this doesn't sound like a Billy Big Boss or anything, but there's a few that I'm still like, oh, I really need to get back to that guy who messaged me, and, you know, whatever. It's just been pandemonium. The growth on the platform, the growth on the channel, everything's been phenomenal the last month or so. Ether's doing really well now. We might even talk about that if you want to. Non-stick llama's building up his gallery, yep, and his clubhouse. It's still Apple only. I've got 2 iPads in the house. They're not strictly speaking mine, but I do pay for them. So if I want to use them, I'm using them. So I'm quite fortunate in that sense. If I didn't have that available to me, just because of the position I'm in with content or whatever, I was this close to like just getting like a really crap old iPhone or whatever. But these apps, they do tend to go cross-platform at some stage. So I wouldn't recommend buying an iPhone just for Clubhouse, but I'm just kind of talking out loud. There we go. So I've made a couple of additions maybe since the last stream. The Yedlin, I can't remember who picked Yedlin up the last time we streamed. I also got a Luis Barraza. Now Luis Barraza, right, is like the backup goalkeeper at New York, and what I've been trying to do, right, and I've got a selling video that's coming out quite soon, and this kind of ties into that a little bit. But what I've been doing is I've been churning out, as you've seen with the streams guys, we can put out, or I was able to put out, you know, a raft of mega strong lineups because I had a lot of playing goalkeepers. I've trimmed that bush, if you like. You know, I've sold some of the playing goalkeepers because they're liquid, they're high value, build up the wallet for other purposes. And what I do what I'm trying to do when I sell that is I'm trying to replace it with a backup goalkeeper so that, number one, I'm still able to keep up my training kind of quota, you know, the amount of teams I'm getting out and training and stuff. And number two, you know, if you've got a training goalkeeper, you know, the goal is, of course, that they get in the first team and they're going to start playing matches. And this guy, the other day, went for 0.2. It says 0.21 there. I think there may have been another one that went for 0.2. No, that was it. So they were kind of all ticking away quite cheap. And I was like, yeah, I'll just pick up some Luis Barrazas. And all of a sudden, boom. I don't know if... I only own 2 of them. I'm guessing. I don't know if someone's looked at my gallery and seen I have 2 of them. And people think I know something that you don't know. There's a Gary Vaynerchuk account here that's picked one up. It's not the real Gary Vaynerchuk, because he only has Mbappe's and whatnot. So I don't even know if it's that. If someone's seen, oh, there's a Gary Vaynerchuk account that's picked up Luis Barraza. That's not the real Gary V account because there's no unique Felix there. You know, that should be what tells you that. But anyway, I'm a wee bit annoyed because now all these ones in the secondary market are all just mega. It's just a training goal. He's not getting any chance of getting anywhere near the first team while Sean Johnson's fit and available. But it's just a wee frustration I've got now that, oh, there's a super rare of him. It might even, not 2 days. What does a super rare training goalkeeper go for these days? I don't even know if that's worth pursuing, but it's interesting to see. Actually, I never noticed that until doing the stream. None of you snipe it if I'm able to get it cheap. If you see I'm in the running to get it cheap, please don't snipe it from me. Please. I'm begging you. Stefan is in the house. Stefan, good to see you, my man. Since I got this new streaming software thing all kind of set up, I don't know. WM 3D Prints is in the house as well. Good to see him on Freya. I don't know if I've lost that ability because the last streaming software is kind of naff, to be honest with you. This has just got so much more better things about it and whatever. But I loved putting on the screen the comments, you know, when I was responding to them. So it saved me having to read it out in case anyone is just watching or not paying attention to the live chat or whatever. So I'll try and mess about with it. But Stefan, good to see you as always, as WM 3D Prints. So that was a wee story about my Luis Barraza weird market anomaly. Any thoughts on that, Dan? Am I missing something? Has something happened? Is he transferring to Man United? Or what's going on? We got Emilian Van Almwick as well. I kind of wanted this guy ever since Eredivisie came out. I thought I got him for a steal at 1.2. And he's still kind of hovering around that price. At that time he was like the cheapest one. Look how good these player profiles look. Like the cosmetics on the platform is top tier. Looks amazing. But he's still kind of really, there's a bunch of auctions now, but he was still hovering around like the 15s, yeah. So like 114, 113. He's still going for. I really rate the guy. From the stats, not seen him play as of yet. 2BC, but yes, stats are really good, and I thought it was a really good price. You can still get them for about the same price with a wee bit of a haircut on it if you're in the market for an under 23 defender. That being, got Ethan Horvath. Some guys were chatting about stuff that I knew already on Twitter about his contract being up and all the rest of it, and I thought, since Luis Barraza has now been priced out of, non-existence, I mean, I go get another backup goalkeeper from somewhere else, and we picked up the Horvath. AC Milan dropped. We had to get Theo Hernandez into the club. Theo Hernandez for me is Goretzka level in terms of my personal, football love for a player. So I had to get him before the same thing happened with Goretzka, where he scores like 3 goals in 4 games and his price runs away. And yes, he has a fullback, and yes, that is possible for this guy. I always call him the French Bale. If you see this guy play, you'll see why. David Peters, the man, the myth, the legend, is in the house. Good to see you. That first word you've said, it looks like Japanese, and the second word also, one looks like kanji. It looks like you put kanji in here unless it's part of your name now, and then after that it looks like a Japanese word, and it says chaps up the K-League, what a week. I don't know if Korean language is called kanji. I don't know if that's racist or not, I'm sorry. Or stereo, I don't know what's the word. What's the word? Stereotype. Yeah, I don't know if that's not a stereotype type thing, but yeah, there we go. So, the game week itself, guys, we've got a lot of fixtures. I'm going to just get to the fixtures first, right? And we'll knock them out of the park. I'm not going to go into as much detail as I did, I think, on the last stream. I was riding solo. I went through all the fixtures. I did some homework beforehand. I gave you all the kind of interesting stats I could find and whatever. I'm just going to be going through this normal style because we've got Sorare Mega to catch up on this stream as well. It's doing all the other stuff. But yeah, so we're going to start off in the J League. Oh, actually, let's scroll all the way down and hit view all, because I hate it when we only get an abbreviated fixture list. I've seen it all. So in the Championship, Daryl DK and Barnsley at home to Reading. That could be a really good game if you've got Daryl DK in your team. Otherwise, in the Championship, I know the goalkeeper for Blackburn. They've got Wickham away. I think Wickham are bottom, so that could be a good game if you've got him, Kaminsky, or something like that. There's also a boy at Birmingham, Alan Halalovic. I don't know if any of you have got him. Oh, it looks like Barnsley actually have 2 games in this game week, so watch out for that. Liga MX, do we have anything? Atlas are at home at Tijuana. I'm just not up on the Mexican League at the moment. If you are, please let me know, is that a good fixture or not? And then Guadalajara are at home at Club Santos Laguna. Again, let me know if that's a good fixture or not. But then we get to the meat and the bones, something I know a little bit about. Okay, so the J League, the first fixture for me is the battle of the goalkeepers, Tani and Obi, right? It's going to be big. So Shonen, even though they've got Tani in goals, part of the reason we really like Tani being in goals is because number 1, he's contracted to a bigger team, and number 2, the team he's at will keep him active for 90 minutes, so that's good. Yokohama are at home, dominant side or a dominant side in the league. I do expect this to be a Yokohama win. I'm not excited to be holding Tani this week. I'm hoping he can maybe save a penalty or do something to get the points up, because I do expect, or I would not be surprised if Yokohama scored 3 or more. I really wouldn't. Vegalta Sunday, again we've got the goalkeeper Slowik at home at Vissel Kobe. Vissel have been free scoring this season. That could be dangerous for us. Sanfrecce Hiroshima and Gamba Osaka is a clash of the Titans. 2 massive teams in a big fixture. I wouldn't want to call that. I've got a player on each side of the fence. Ryo Takao, the right back. I'm still a bit shaky on playing him, and also we've got the boy Kawabe. Nagoya Grampus at home at Tokyo. I'd expect Grampus to win. Consadole, I would expect him to beat Avispa. And then, this is a really interesting one, Antlers and Urawa Red Diamonds. It's a real difficult fixture. You would probably, I'm pretty sure off the top of my head on form, you'd be backing the Antlers, but it's tough. And cheers David, I actually just noticed that right before coming on when I tweeted out, it's at 2,000 exactly right now, which is really cool. So Joe English are the deadlines. Oh sorry, your icon didn't show there, Joe English, so it looked like David said the words Joe English. Are there deadlines for the game weeks? Yes, there is deadlines. This game week's deadline, I think it's tomorrow about 1 PM British time, 16 hours from now. So yeah, about 1 PM tomorrow. It tells you the top of the games. If you look up here, sorry, I've just got this in the way, I'll get it down. You see the little red numbers at the top of the screen there where my mouse is? That tells you how long it is to the deadline. Hendo Sorare is also in the house. Evening, Quinny boy. Thought you were on for 6:30 for some reason. Yeah, it's been normally 6:30 to avoid like Monday night football or Europa League football, but tonight, like, say it's the bird's birthday tomorrow. I really should honestly see my kids as well. The last couple of nights they've been up at midnight, they've been up at 1 in the morning, hyper full of beans. So it's not been the Quinn household is not well rested this week. we've got the missus' birthday tomorrow. We've got Easter Sunday or whatever it is, and then it's my biggest boy. It's his birthday on the Monday, so it's a hectic few days. So I need to get some rest tonight. Sorry if I caught any of you off guard. But yeah, normally it's a strategic thing. So I just don't want you guys to be conflicted. I don't want you to be like, oh, I want to watch the stream, but I want to watch. It's normally Arsenal. Arsenal obviously be playing a Monday night or something like that. Or if it's Europa League, obviously you've got an invested interest with your SO5 entries. But yeah, sorry, where was I? On the J League. Yeah, so Kashiwa and Urawa, I think that's a tough game. Now for me, I'm actually really excited about Kashiwa Reysol. Yokohama FC are the whipping boys so far, you know, outside of the newly promoted teams, but Yokohama are terrible this year. My boy and Hendo's boy, Arturo Osaka, just been called up to the national team for the very first time. According to the notifications on my phone, he never came on the pitch. I never got a notification. But I'm sure he'll still be buzzed up to get into the national team after his performances last year. They're away to what should be favourable opposition. I'm hoping Osaka can come good this game week. Kawasaki at home to Frontale. Kawasaki Frontale at home to Oita Trinita. I would expect Kawasaki, and you know that's going to be a cricket score on paper. Shimizu, I should say, I beg your pardon. I've got a really good chance at 3 points at home to Vortis. I would expect that to happen. And Yokohama F Marinos, I've got double fixtures. They've actually got Chizuru Osaka. Now I'm pretty sure, by the way, Chizuru Osaka, or was it Hanfreeze Hiroshima? One of those teams were actually the beneficiaries of the same scenario in the last game week. So that would be really interesting. Sakamoto, I actually sold him. He's got a wee injury, so I'm not really interested in Chizuru Osaka anymore. But if I know they've got a lot of tidy players, so that may be something for you to watch out for. If you own Sakamoto, he did pick up an injury. I think he's out for about 3 weeks or so. In the K-League, I'm just getting up to speed because I need to get myself a Ki Sung Young, okay? I need to get a Ki Sung Young. He's at Seoul. They're at home at Gangwon. Don't know enough about the K-League yet, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to get my key, and then I'm going to... There's another guy at Ulsan I'm also eyeing up. I might get both those guys, and then I'll kind of get myself clued up a bit better with K-League situations and standings and runnings and whatever. Galatasaray are away to Hatay Spor Kulubu. Should be a good win for them. Besiktas are away to Kasimpasa. There is no Besiktas cards apart from Kyle Larin. And then we've got Fenerbahce at home at Denizlispor. So the Turkish title race is really tight. Between the three giants, we have 2 of them on so rare, so there's a lot of cards going to be in action. And with the Turkish league, like, you know, Fenerbahce are at home, so that could be, you could see a lot of those cards getting deployed if you're able to forecast their lineup successfully. Serie A, do we have much going on? We've got AC Milan making their SO5 debut at home at Sampdoria. Now Sampdoria, as you are probably aware, are quite a big club in Italy historically. You know, they've had some great players, they've had some success in Europe in the 90s, or was it the 80s, something like that. But AC Milan are, you know, they're in good fettle this year. They've been playing well. Their international break's probably done them good. They've got that 11:30 kick-off spot, which I love in Italy. If you've been on the channel for a while, let me just check. That's for the 4th. I think that's Sunday, isn't it? Oh, sorry, my boy's birthday's on the Tuesday. I don't know why I thought it was Monday. But yeah, the 4th, yeah. So AC Milan, that 11:30 slot on the Monday, that 11:30 kick-off slot on a Sunday, I don't know. I just always get a really good feeling about it, and it paid off in Football Index. It paid off with accumulators and stuff like that, with different things I've done in my life before. So I've always got a soft spot for that early kick-off in Italy on a Sunday, and it's really good to see us for AC Milan making their debut. The reason I'm telling you that is I wouldn't be surprised if AC Milan ran a cricket score over Sampdoria at the moment. They've not been good defensively for a while, Sampdoria that is. Roma away at Sassuolo. Sassuolo are a real bogey team for a lot of teams in Serie A, so I wouldn't want to call that, but Roma are in good form also. Napoli at home at Crotone, you'd expect that to be a really good fixture for Napoli cards. Lazio at home at Spezia, again, you would expect that to be a really big week for Lazio cards. Juve have got a derby. I don't know if I want to be calling that, to be honest with you, just with the way Juve's season's been going. McKennie, Dybala, Artur, I think Rabiot as well. David, how did you know? David, how did you know? How did you know the player at Ulsan am I up? That's mad. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You need to check out David's comment in the live chat. So yeah, I'm not really too high on Juve at the moment, just the way their season's been going. just knocked out the Champions League, breaking COVID rules, and they've had a lot of players away on international duty also. Inter Milan are steamrolling towards the title, away to Bologna. Again, Bologna, very similar to Cagliari, where they have Mavericks in their team. You know, they've got potentially match-winning guys. So it might not be an easy match for Inter, but I suspect that, you know, that they're not in any other tournaments but Serie A. They're dying to win it. They're sitting top. I expect them to, you know, like every game so far for the last month is just foot on the throttle and go and win. PSG Lille, we have an SO5 derby. A real big top of the table clash. Lille, I think they dropped points in the last game week, didn't they? They lost ground to PSG after PSG beat Lyon. It was a really busy game week in France last one. So again, another massive game for PSG and for Lille. Lyon are away to Lens. That should be a good win for Lyon, you would imagine. And who else? So we got Nantes at home to Nice. I just never want to back Nantes. I've sold Malafont, thankfully, so I don't need to worry about Nantes and their clean sheet record anymore. And Marseille at home to Dijon. Sampaoli, I'm hopeful that Marseille are going to actually click into gear and start performing. Dijon, you know, having Dijon at home is a favourable fixture after the international break, I would say. In the Russian league, Dom's in the house. Good evening. Good to see you, my man. Mikey Boy thinks it's Agbala at Ulsan. No, it's not. But Dom, good to see you. Bonucci's COVID positive. Yeah, I seen that as well earlier today. Bonucci's passed positive. In Russia, we've got Lokomotiv Moscow away to Volgograd. Anything else? Krasnodar at home to Grozny. I actually quite fancy that as a good fixture for Krasnodar cards. Because again, like I've said, when we've had somebody recently play Grozny away, it might have been CSKA Moscow, but the name of that team leads me to believe they're from like the deep dark, like south, what would it be, east of Russia. So it's a big travel. Krasnodar might be from that part of the world also, in fact, so maybe actually a bit of a derby. You can tell I don't know that much about this fixture. Dynamo Moscow at home with the Ufa. Dynamo Moscow very imperious, and I'd expect them to continue that form. CSKA away to Tambov. I'm pretty sure Tambov are cannon fodder. I know Spartak have always done well against them. Spartak are away to Rostov, and Zenit are at home at Khimki. Now Zenit, that probably looks like the best fixture of the lot in Russia. So big week for Zenit cards, I think. Also, the Challenger and the Globals. Bundesliga, we start off, guys, with an SO5 derby in the Bundesliga. Hearing a few people are getting their entire galleries stolen hacked today. I've just hit with 2 facts. Oh, where did you hear that, Alex? Where did you hear that, Alex? Where did you hear that, Alex? I like the sound of that. Don't like the sound of that, Alex, I must admit. No, do I change my banner? I will do the 2-step thing. I think I've done it already. Where did you hear that, Alex? That's what I want to know. Was it in Discord? Was it on Twitter? I want to know where you heard that. Twitter and Discord, really? Wow, how did I miss? Can you tag me in something or send me in a DM? I'm just interested to see what's happening. So I missed that today completely. I've actually been on social media a fair bit this afternoon. I was actually on Plastician, if that's how you say it, at the Twitch stream, doing the same, you know, Gameweek preview. I listened to that for a good bit while I was cooking chili dogs for dinner tonight. And then I was on Twitter and stuff for a while and been chatting to some guys and whatever, but yeah, so let me know. But yeah, Bayern, so I'm actually really excited again about Leverkusen because new manager in, Hannes Wolf. I think it's Hannes Wolf, it's Wolf anyway. I always get the Wolves, there's a lot of Wolves kicking about German football. But Wolf is in, and Schalke are just so Schalke. So the thing Leverkusen did really well under Bosch is they were always really good at attacking, they were good at next build-up play, 1-2s, midfield and winger, getting the ball in for tap-ins and strikers and that kind of thing. They're, you know, don't get me wrong, there's got a lot of players in their team that are capable of the odd worldie, but what I think they're going to get out of Wolf rather than Bosch is they're going to get the same kind of football but with a bit more of a repetitive structure to make it happen, whereas with Bosch, or Bosch, whatever you want to call him, his football is like, it is just kind of turn, attack, and go. Like, that's kind of the philosophy. So with a bit more structure, I could see Leverkusen's form actually returning to early season form. Also with the new manager bounce, as well as their midfield has been decimated this season by injuries and suspensions and COVIDs and all the rest of it. So a wee bit of consistency and selection will probably do them some favours. Me and Kamada are playing Borussia Dortmund this week. That won't be exciting for us. Chris Richards is away at Augsburg. That should be a good game. And Bayern have got away to Leipzig. Okay, now, as you probably know again, if you've been on the channel for a while, Alex, I've picked up a DM from you. I've not opened it, but I've seen it, so thanks, mate. Now, the thing about Leipzig, right, is I'm going to say we, right, because I've been supporting them now for long enough, I suppose, right, but or I'm just going to say Leipzig, right. Leipzig against Bayern, it always feels, like, don't get me wrong, there's been some good results over the last, I don't know, 3 years or whatever, but it always feels like Leipzig need to have everything go their way for them to beat Bayern. You know, the goalkeeper Galassi has a world of a game in him. He needs to have that. Goals need to go in. Since Werner's left, there is no consistent goal scorer. I want Sorare to do well. There's also guys like Pilsen floating about the team, and Cuckoo, Olmo, Sabitzer, even Kluivert. You know, there's a lot of guys floating around on the Discord general chat. He's dealing with it personally, which is awesome to see. Okay, cool. Magic. Next on the case. That's good to see. But would you cry it? Oh, what was I just talking about? Oh yeah, Leipzig and Bayern. So the way I feel with this fixture, right, is everything has to go right for Leipzig. It's at home as well. There's a lot of pressure on Leipzig because they've dropped points elsewhere in the season. They really need to make this ground up on Bayern. If they do make this ground up, the title race gets flown wide open. There is no Lewandowski. There's other guys missing like Tolisso and a few other bits and bobs throughout the team. They are quite thin depth-wise. So this could be a massive game for Leipzig. It really could be. Actually, yeah, my gut tells me it's a draw, maybe 1 each or 0-0 or something. I know 0-0 sounds crazy, but you would be surprised. Maybe 1 each, maybe 2 each. I expect Bayern to lose, Dom. Yep, I'm kind of with you. Like, I can see them losing, but I've seen it before with Bayern. You know, you think they're not really there this week. They've all been away on international duty. The squad's thin. No Lewandowski. Blah blah blah. But you know, Man United beat Leipzig, and that will scar me forever. That result, it was absolutely awful. And there's no other real so rare interest in the Bundesliga. Premier League, who did Liverpool have away to Arsenal? That'll be a really tough fixture. But Liverpool, again, I think Liverpool's form gives you a false perception of where they're at. I think they're still a really good team. I think as long as they can get chances in the box, they will score goals. Arsenal are kind of in that mould as well, so it could be a real end-to-end game. It might not be a good game for goalkeepers or defenders, but it could be good for your forward players, certainly. And West Ham, if any have any West Ham cards, are away to Wolves. You can tell I'm well rested, guys. Catching a yawn, sorry. German players seem tired in the last national game when Germany lost against New Macedonia. Interesting, Dom. Do you have to download an app for two-factor authentication? I don't think so. Tom Bloomfield's in the house. Hey Quinny, top man, good luck for this game week. Will be my first global D4 entry. Tom, congratulations, mate. I hope you do well, son. I'm about to come to my entries, just scrolling through the fixtures. In Belgium, is there anything? I'm only really interested in Anderlecht at the moment. And Anderlecht are playing away to Antwerp. Did Antwerp actually have 2 games? No, it's just, the Belgian fixtures are spread right across the weekend. 4, 4, 4. No, they're all on the 4th. No. It's because it's like European or American or whatever. Yeah, so the 3rd all the way to the 5th we've got Belgian games. None of them are playing twice, are they? It's just spread right across the game week. Interesting. So Anderlecht from me. Is there anything else that jumps out? Liège and Ghent. It's probably the fight of the letdowns of the league, really, in terms of performance this year. Bruges should beat Krojic quite convincingly, I would imagine. In Portugal, Sporting Lisbon are really hot on the title. Away to Moreirense, I would expect that to be a 1 or 2-0 win. Benfica at home at Maritimo, I would expect that again to be a low scoring win. And Porto at home at Santa Clara, I would actually expect that to be a high scoring win. Santa Clara are kind of like a cult team. You know, they're not Benfica, right? But see, if you look at their badge really closely, and you kind of look into the background of the club, they kind of are like Benfica. They're kind of like a little tribute club. Santa Clara playing Porto, I expect there to be some fireworks, maybe some cards and stuff, maybe a guy sent off. I expect that to be a good bunch of goals in that. Good week for Porto, is what I'm saying. Eredivisie, now we've had some really big head-to-head matches in Eredivisie over the last few game weeks. This game week, not the case. PSV are at home at Heracles. I don't see PSV keeping a clean sheet. They could get the win. Heerenveen and Ajax is a big game, but the form Ajax are in is just imperious. Fortuna Sittard, probably could be looking to play a team like Feyenoord at a worse time, if I'm honest. Vitesse and 20 on paper is a big game, but 20 have not really been there this year. Groningen should beat Venlo, I would imagine, quite convincingly. Alkmaar have got a tougher game against Willem II than you might imagine, but again, you would expect them to bring home the points. In Argentina, whereas River Plate, they're away to Arsenal de Sandai. Don't know how that's going to go. In Spain, Valencia, really attractive fixture away to Cadiz. That's good to see. That's a 5:30 kickoff. Atleti, tough game for Atleti away to Sevilla. Don't really have much of an option with my two Atleti players. I kind of need to play them because of, even in a tough game against Sevilla, I'd still hope I've got a good chance they could get me some good points. And Real Madrid, if you can pick the Real Madrid lineup, it would be a good game week to be picking them. But Eibar are one of these teams that I think if you look through their record with Barca and Real, they can be a banana skin team. Yeah, you need Google Authenticator app. Oh, I've got that app. Maybe that's why I've got it. For that kind of thing. That's all the fixtures, guys. I actually thought it was a good bit more. Didn't take us as long to get through them as it normally does. But yeah, it's a really packed game week. There's a lot of SO5 variables, a lot of Sorare options we've got. Now I've already set my teams out. I'm going to go through them now. I've got a few question marks. I actually want to bring this up. I'm just going to drop me here, right? I'm going to bring this up because there was an amazing thread that came on Twitter and I just want to revisit it. I retweeted it, gave the guy the props because it was a great thread. I hope you've seen it. If it's relevant to you, I'm going to bring it up on screen now anyway. I'm sure he won't mind. But the fact that I've retweeted it does help me find it. It might take a wee second or two. But yeah, guys, in the comment section, I don't even know if any have any AC Milan cards. I don't know if any have got any rookie cards. I don't know if any have got any K-League cards. And I don't know if you've got any Galatasaray cards. Guys, let me know in the comment section. Have you been involved in the market? Have you been picking up these new additions to the platform? If so, let me know how you've been doing. Are you close? Are they just out of your reach? Are they just out of budget? Are you waiting for the game week to go? Oh. See, I know it's the guy that looks like the Pokemon like doctor. I forget his name. Oh, there he's there. Professor Techers. Oh no, he's not. I don't know why I keep thinking these. The picture is. There's somebody that kicks about Twitter and their pictures like the little professor guy from Pokemon. I don't know why I thought that was Professor. Maybe that was his old picture. Maybe I'm tripping. A bit quiet. Oh, sorry. I might just be mumbling to myself. That might have been what it was. But I'll try and pick up the volume. Thanks, we'll get it sorted now. I am just entering my first global D4, Joe English, good to hear, but with a common goalkeeper. Will this affect my chances? We'll wait till you see my D4 selection. Morts, good to see you, son. Yeah, right, okay, cool. So this is a tweet, okay, so Professor Techers, I haven't seen it discussed, but COVID travel restrictions are going to blow Game Week 154 wide open. Travel destinations are graded, and depending on the... You can read it. Right, time for a thread. So he highlights some players for us. Several internationals, the African nations qualifying has been held in red zone countries. Because of the importance of these qualifiers, a number of high profile players are involved and pose a DNP risk. Those players include Salah, Onuachu, Hakimi, Bunaga, Osimhen, Koulibaly, amongst a host of others who are likely to sit out the game week. Check your updates, blah blah blah. With the special weekly, and then he goes on to actually give you some more stuff. And again, like Okoye, he gets some really good content here. It's a great thread. He posted it. You can see his handle there at prof_techers, and he posted this on the 27th of March. If you want to go check out the thread in full. But amazing detail, amazing info from Professor Techers. So thank you very much. That's helped me a lot. So do I drop Hakimi? Now I'll show you the team Hakimi was in. I showed this to Roscoe when I made it, and his words were, "That's a very Quinny team." So wait till you see. Right, this was my ultimate champ D3 lineup. I thought, here we go. I'm getting Works, I'm getting Depay, I'm getting the Atleti boys, and I'm getting Ashraf Hakimi involved. And I don't know if I can really play Hakimi anymore. I think I would need to pull in somebody like Renato Sanchez potentially. I'm going to need to drop Trippier because he's in the extra slot now for some reason. But I do need to pick a replacement for Hakimi because I just do not want to take the gamble this game week. Players like Hakimi, I do want them to play at every opportunity I can possibly get them to, but I'm not risking a D3 lineup on a DNP because the prices are just, you only get one chance, guys, each game week, and it's the entry you make. You've got to live and die by it. So I've got Renato Sanchez, who started some international football, played a good bit. PSG's a big game. I don't know how Lille are going to play it, but because Renato Sanchez might not be the type of guy, Osman is trained with the squad, right? So with Dom saying that, what I actually want to do is I actually want to dive onto Twitter and check out Hakimi, see if he's been isolating, see what's been going on, because I was actually hoping somebody might have helped me out with a wee bit of the travel restrictions are in place or not. Right, there's Ashraf. Let's see. What are you saying, Hakimi? What are you saying? I better follow you. Since I've got your super rare. We're now bonded for life. Ashraf, I know you don't know that. So is that 26? He doesn't tweet a lot, this guy. 29th of March, talking about being away at Rabat. I wonder what the travel restrictions are like for Rabat. I don't even know if I'm saying that well. But yes, I'd already checked on the Inter Milan Twitter and stuff like that. I might actually go back on just to see if there is it. Those little training pictures you're probably referencing, Dom. I want to see if there's maybe some of them knocking about. Evening Quinny actually came to ask about the tweet on screen now. How worried are you about selecting AFCON? I'm actually really worried, Jamie. That's what I'm doing there. But yeah, I'm glad you picked up that tweet as well. When information like that gets out, guys, you all want to win, right? But equally, if there's readily available information, we all want access to it, Inter Milan's Twitter's just been covered with this whole Inter nonsense because they've rebranded. So we've not got the usual cheesy, training ground pictures and all that kind of thing. We might get them tomorrow. So I'm going to keep, tomorrow morning, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on the Inter Twitter account and see if we get some of those cheesy pictures from the training ground. As they tend to do. But yeah, so I don't know what to do. If Osman's in Italy. Osman is in Italy, so is Hakimi, so it might be a country related thing, but they're in different nations. So Hakimi is Moroccan and Osman is Nigerian, Senegalese. He's not Moroccan anyway, so I don't know. I've also got Cuisance. Cuisance could play, but Cuisance is that big. He didn't go away on international duty. I've got Cuisance on Twitter. I know he's been training well, but it then makes this lineup a gam. I've also got Paulinho potentially coming back from injury as well. We've just now got a gamble element with our second super rare for the Global All-Star, the Champion Euro. I'm going to stick with the Hakimi, and I'm just going to be eagle-eyed on Twitter tomorrow for any news on Hakimi, Cuisance and Renato Sanchez, and just whatever feels out the three of them is going to be the most solid. That's where I'm going to go. Champion Euro D4 is a really strong squad also. I'm actually really excited about it. We've got Navas, we've got Mancini, Hakimi, Soler and Sani. Lovely team, really good fixtures, and even though I'm talking about Leipzig potentially getting an upset this game week, if Bayern score any goals with there being no Lewandowski, there's a high probability that Leroy Sané is involved, whether it be actually finishing the damn thing, key passes, assists, crosses, dribbles, whatever. So he's still a really good forward option this game week. I'm looking forward to Soler playing away to a team like he's playing against. Kamada's in good form. I think Japan beat some team like 14-0 or whatever. Kamada got like 2 goals and 2 assists, so he's buzzing. And that could work out pretty well. And Mancini's in great form now, getting a cap for Italy. And then at national break, he'll be high as a kite. Dom, woohoo, just got my first proper K-League player. Well done, congratulations. Who was it, mate? Let me know. Very new, starting, can't afford, need to just so, Barnesy. Very new, starting out with an MLS team but can't afford a keeper. Not needed just yet as doing first rookie this week, but will keeper prices drop? The short answer to that is yes. What's going to cause them to drop is an increase in demand. I think when we get the 2021 cards, there will just be more goalkeepers available in MLS because there's not a full complement of last year's MLS goalkeepers in terms of actual head count. You know how many, you can look through MLS and find number 1 goalkeepers. There's probably about 4 or 5 that don't have a card. So by virtue of that happening, as well as the increased supply with the new issues, as well as the much anticipated and rumoured new scarcity. I would expect it to come down most certainly. Chris Quirk, seems like travel restrictions don't always apply to football players. Yes, that could be the case, Chris. It's funny because I know France made a really big deal about it, and like Depay came out and like protested on Twitter, if you remember. So it was like, oh, the French players can go play in Kazakhstan or whatever, but me and the Dutch team, we can't go play in, I can't remember what team it was they played in that kind of direction, but it's like, I can't remember who it was. But anyway, they eventually bowed and allowed those guys to go. But some guys like Jonathan David, Timo Weah, Weston McKennie, there was a few guys that weren't allowed to actually go because of the restrictions on return for self-isolation or whatever would have been too harsh. The clubs didn't allow it. So it's a hard one, Chris. There's not an exact science of these are the rules that are currently in place. I'll show you my Champion Asia team, guys, because I've only got the one goalkeeper that I'm putting in this lineup, and it's Jakub Slowik. And we've just went with a real solid, like, I don't have that many Asian cards, you probably know them all by now. But we're back in Ominami because, as I said at the tip-off, Yokohama SC are not a good team, so I'm happy to back the Kashiwa Reysol defence. Hayo Kawabe will most likely play and will be a big part in a big match. Ueda scored 2 goals in the cup or something like that for the international break, so I'm hoping he starts. And then Marcus Junior captain, I would expect him to start against Shonan Bellmare. The DNP you see on any Yokohama players, in case you've forgotten, is a rearranged game with Gamba Asaka, so it's not really a DNP, so don't let that put you off. Any Gamba Asaka players you might be holding. Under 23s is one of my most... Oh, Palocevic, goodbye Dom. Goodbye, Palocevic was a monster last year. Under 23s is the league that I'm most excited about putting a team together for. Look at this lineup. One of the things I love about it the most is that they all come from different leagues. That's one of the things that I love most about Sorare, is it is global football, unadulterated. If you've got the card, if a card exists, you can play it in the global and under 23 lineups. Van der Voort, ultimate rookie, 1 of 100, debut season, yada yada, in the net, representing. Theo Hernandez making his debut, Nikola Vlasic, Ibrahim Sanger, rock solid midfield with that dust of creativity and can take a penalty. And then Rio Hatate, the left back that is a striker, captain in the team. And I think, if you look at the average scores these guys have got, with the exception probably of Teo, but that team is really set up to do some damage. And under 23 D4, I've got a lot of hope behind it this game week, 100%. Sibo Slice is in the house, happening Quinny, not much mate, how are you doing? So I'm really excited to do under 23 D4. The D3 team I've got, I don't think I've had many D3 teams look better on paper. We've got Tanaka, really easy fixture. We've got Richards, who is in a good fixture for Hoffenheim away to Augsburg, should actually suit Chris Richards really well. Anderlecht away to Antwerp will probably be a tough game, but Nemeka's the goal scorer, the penalty taker. Larson is shit hot now on form, away to, is it Rotor or Rostov? But I'm expecting, if you haven't seen, by the way, like, I catch all the Russian, if you don't know this is maybe some good info for you right now. I catch all the Russian football highlights on YouTube. They're all free highlights. It's like proper little 4-minute packages on YouTube. You can pay the Russian league like $5 a month on YouTube, and you can watch all their matches for the $5 or whatever it is you cost for the subscription. But see, the thing about Russian football that no one's really talking about is they have some fans, you know. So see, whenever you listen to the highlights or it's a really good feeling listening to football with real fans in the stadium, you know. So anyway, point being, I've watched a good bit of Spartak over, since the return from the winter break, and Larson, Quincy Promise and Sobolev, what a front three kind of dynamic. It's not like 2 wide men and a point man. It's like a tight 3, and they give and go, play a lot of 1-2s and round the corners and all that kind of stuff. So really excited about under 23s this week. Paolo Lobe again at home to Shonan Bellmare. I don't see Shonan scoring more than 1 goal if they score. So that could be a phenomenal lineup. I'm really excited about that. Really, really excited. Now I also just need an Asian goalkeeper and a forward. Well, Dom, I've got a super rare Asian goalkeeper that's up for sale if you want him. Who scored have him in the predicted lineup, but not sure that counts for much. If you're talking about Hakimi, Sanger is one of the ones I'm worried about this week. Played versus Ethiopia. Oh, I didn't actually think about Sanger. Who did they play against? Ethiopia? That surely couldn't have been a big game, so... it a World Cup qualifier? The African football, was it World Cup qualifiers? Because if it is World Cup qualifiers, that's like a big deal, obviously. So they're big, even though the fixture might not look big, it is big if it's a World Cup qualifier, because you need to qualify for the World Cup. Going to need to check into some of these AFCON players. I'm worried, guys. You've got me worried now. So where was Sangier? He was in D4, wasn't he? Right, okay, so we need to plan the backup, because we're just going to need to be hot on Twitter, guys, for the next like 12 hours. I'll be on Clubhouse with Ross. Me and Ross will be doing Clubhouse tomorrow, just tying into the game week as it closes down behind us like an Indiana Jones doorway in a movie. So we'll be keeping ourselves best appraised of developments and whatever. But if we were to drop Sangier, it's an extra spot, so we could really bring in anyone. Who would be the best candidate to come into this team? I was going to say Lewis Morgan, but he's not got a fixture. I've still got Jordan Larson rare. That could be good. And I think that, yeah. I've got Jordan Larson and Ika Ugbo. Jordan Teze and Milan Van Almwick. I wouldn't really want to use them as my extra spot this game week. It's nothing. Bruno Guimaraes, if he plays, he's a real gamble at the moment. Wes McKenna, I'm going to need to drop him from a global. Anyway. Anything else? Diata? Yeah, okay, so we've got some. I don't know if Diata might have played actually. Senegalese. Ferran Torres did so well for Spain, it's hard to imagine him not playing for Man City, but Man City, Jesus, there's so many amazing players that couldn't get into that team. So Sangare is another one for us to watch. Sorry for whining, lad. Just have him and Slimani this week. Mate, Jamie, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. We'll just need to keep our ears to the ground and hope that we catch any telltale signs as early as possible. The Global All-Star, right? I was buzzing for this game week to set this up and go, look at this D4 team. It cost me nothing, right? But I actually need to drop the McKennie. So if I can keep McKennie, and I'm only dropping him because of this house party thing. If you're having a house party this close to a match, you must know you're not going to be playing. And I'm going to, I can put Denzel in there. Denzel could be good. Ideally, I'm trying to be a bit vain here, right? I wanted to be another reward, so that this D4 team is still not cost me anything, air quotes. I don't think we have any other rewards. Still got Kawabe, we can maybe put Kawabe in. Pozuelo, not got a match. Could we put Marcos Jr. in here? That could be number. All we're trying to do with this team is get the ETH, okay, so I might need to pull somebody out like we could put Teze in. Teze should play. So I gotta keep a clean sheet for Where. Where's a tough one? I expect Where to get it. I had Where in this team initially, then I dropped him for Verscharen because I expect Verscharen to get at least 30 minutes. And as you can see, I've got full 10% on him at the moment, so even if he gets 30 minutes and was to make a good contribution to the match, I would be able to sleep at night with that decision. And yeah, I don't have to think of any other rewards that I could bring in. Kawabe. Mark McKenzie. I don't think he's going to play. Tough. Raul Takal again. I don't know if he's going to play. Raul Takal last year for me. If any of you were on the channel watching the content and stuff last year, Raul Takal was an amazing right back for me at Gamba Osaka, and it's just not played this year. Him, number one, as an individual, and then number two, Gamba Osaka just haven't had games. I'm trying to find if we've got someone else. I definitely need to drop Weston McKennie now. There's just no if buts or maybes about it. But I maybe drop him for. I think maybe just even drop him for Jordan. Just put Jordan Larson in because I know he's going to play. I could put. Yeah, I'm just not interested in it being. I'm going to put somebody in. I'm going to stick Sorloff in because, yeah, need back Leipzig somehow if I think they're going to do well this week. Just not got the goalkeeper. So I've been selling up goalkeepers and downgrading into training situations, as you can see by all my goalkeepers I've got. I don't have anything I can rejig around. Unless a T&Cs was to get back into the team, which I just don't see as likely. I don't have anything else I can put in there. So we're going to be running with the Pau Lopez. We're just chasing E for these guys. If they were to score big enough, we might get lucky, but Global All-Star D4. Let's actually just check James, the Turkish league is covered. We've got Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. Did you mean Turkish? Prize pool. So let's see how many entries we've got in All-Star D4. Oh, it's just about going to get to 5,000. I think that'll be our record. What was it last game week? Last game week was the biggest ever. But we're just about to get to 5,000 at the top. 130 gets a card. I'm not holding my breath with a common goalkeeper, to be honest with you. But somebody asked the question, running my common goalkeeper, does it hinder me? When the field is 5,000 or so entries, with a common goalkeeper, you are at a disadvantage against anyone that has a regular rare goalkeeper. But it must be said, depending on what common goalkeeper you have, you can still come quids in. I remember seeing somebody a few weeks ago had a common Chesney. Chesney in the match scored like 80 points or whatever, and the common goalkeeper picked up 60. Well, the common card with the handicap it takes. So you can still do well out of it. Paul Lopez is another goalkeeper that can score well and get highs up the pitch. Now, Global All-Star D4, right, is a division I've done well in, right? It's a division I enjoy. It's a division I do prioritise. But this week, I did try and go a bit heavier on Champion Euro, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to let the Global D3, the global element of it, do the talking. So we went with Tani in goals, because I do expect him to concede a few. Jack Hendry's a baller. Arturo Osaka, I talked about him earlier, I expect him to do really well. Ishmael Azevi is reliable to play. Darwin Núñez is a wee bit of a gamble, just because he had a wee bit of a knock before the international break. So it's a wee bit of a risky D3, but I still want it to be a strong risk. You know, I expect them all. You know, Darwin Núñez should at least pick up 30 minutes, and the rest of these guys should start. So it could do well, but I'm not holding my breath on it. Whereas normally, Global All-Star D3 is where I really do try and throw my weight in and just make the best team I possibly can. Let's check out the entry counts. Oh, it's about 1,000, yeah, so that's getting really competitive. We've only got 50 places for a win. And Champion Euro D4, we're up at 770. That's a really competitive field. Less than 10% are bagging something at this stage. More entrants to come, probably. Pardon me, 309 in D3. I fancy my chances with some of the fixtures that have panned out this season. As long as Hakimi plays, that could work out well. What time? The clubhouse thing, I think it's booked in for like 12 or 1. Hendo's in the house, he may be able to tell us, but if you go into the clubhouse Sorare page, it will tell you for when it's scheduled for, I believe. James Rendell, apologies, I meant to say the Ukrainian league. Now, just to ask you that, just to answer you there, James, right, I've kind of got two answers, right. Number one, I don't think Opta are going to increase their infrastructure, their data collection, whatever, in Ukraine because of the actual socio-economic situation. You know, it's a country at war in essence, you know, in a lot of ways still. With this stuff, you guys have probably seen, I've got a video that will go into this in a bit more detail, but with the stuff that's happening in Belgium and Holland with their leagues potentially merging, there is some whispers and some chat that kind of development swings the door open for Dynamo Kiev, Shakhtar Donetsk, and there's another 2 Ukrainian teams that have actually been quite handy in the Europa League the last few years. Their names escape me, but as soon as you mention the comments, I'll remember them. But that might swing the door open for them to join the Russian league. I actually think that is your best bet, to be honest with you, RE, the Russians, because Opta, like, everyone's working from home these days, you know, and if, you know, why would you increase your footprint in a low demand country like the Ukraine that is also at war? So I'm just not really overly hopeful. What might happen is, what might transpire, like I've said this to Hendo and a few other guys, I kind of get shot down, I'm probably barking up the wrong tree, right, but I think this under 21 tournament thing we've been doing on Discord, I think that's them testing data capture with a smaller package on Opta, because they have intimated it's about levels of packages. They can only offer certain packages on certain regions because of the infrastructure they have, the data gathering that they participate in. So who knows? It's really hard to say, but I wouldn't be banking on it anytime soon, to be honest. Moritz is telling me I've got some really good options. I do. I've got a really strong gallery in that respect, 100%. I need to fix a training team because I've pulled somebody out of training. It might have been just when I fucked about with the Hakimi thing there. No, it's a forward. Who did I pull out? I pulled somebody out. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. Does it? Who did I pull out of training? I put him in a team. Let's just stick Perlino in case he might play, and then we'll stick for now as captain. Retraining team. Right, sorted. So that's an SO5 lineup. I'll do a quick recap. Viewers are quite high now. I'll just show you my favourite team, or I'll show you my I'll show you my other two D3s you might have missed. Okay, so D3 Champion Europe. This is all about the fullbacks for me. Wirtz should do well. Depay should do well. All Black's a boss. Really hopeful on that. Really hopeful. If we can get Hakimi onto the pitch, I think I can get in amongst the rewards in Champion Europe. And you'll need to look at the rewards that are on offer in Champion Europe to see why I'm excited about that. Global Under 23s is my favourite division, bar none. I don't think I could make a stronger team. I really don't. The Mecha, so Nunez of course is a wee bit gambly, and then some other like Hakimi. I like Hakimi for under 23s, but with Chris Richards in the form he's in and the amount of super rare under 23 strikers I've got, it would be mad not to double up on firepower. And then the weeks that the firepower hits, blast me up the leaderboard and the podium. That's the plan. Stuart's in the house. Stuart, what time do you call this? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. How difficult is it to win prizes? I don't know if that's a question, Joe, or if you're just kind of looking at the entry numbers we've got. Let's check under 23s. I don't think we've checked the count for that. So at D3 level, 419 for top 30. And again, I'm quite confident I can place in there with the lineup I've got. 1,300 going on 1,400 entrants in D4. It's going to be really, guys, it's going to be so competitive. Okay, so we're going to jump over now, right? We've got the one-shot league from Ubisoft. Okay, if you haven't joined us already, I need to click this. I've done this already. That's all you need to do. You should have drafted your players and stuff like that already. I'm pretty sure if you're to join it now, you'd still be able to participate. But I've got like an extra player and stuff like that as well. I've got I've got a few rewards and stuff like that. I've not really been too up to speed on it. I click on my wee profile thing here. I've got a save, so I can save somebody, and I've got an extra player slot. I've got some XP to collect. Let's do that. New power up. Okay, cool. We've got another save a player. Got it. Cool. So we've got two. Oh, lovely. Okay. So I don't think we're doing that well on the one shot league, but we've built up a little. We've got a few little cards up our sleeve. Pout is normally cheap. You've totally lost me. Hi Quinny, I'm trying to deposit money to Sorare, but Coinbase wallet miner fees are too much. What do you recommend? I've seen you can adjust them, but I don't know how it works. Thanks. So Pout, what's make it normally cheaper gas fees at the weekend are cheaper when US is asleep? That's probably quite true. Well, I'll just show you quickly. Pout is if you go onto the Sorare website, you click on your wallet, so the little blue button up here. See this thing ramp? You can just deposit straight to Sorare with ramp. There is fees and stuff like that there, but you don't need to go through Coinbase into Coinbase wallet into Sorare and hit those fees at all those checkpoints. You can just go straight from your bank card to Sorare by hitting ramp and following the steps there. It will show you the fees. Make sure you open up all the abbreviations, all the tabs, just to make sure you're still happy with the fees associated to that transaction. And Non-Stick Llama is just saying Trippier. Yeah, Trippier. I'm on board with that. Non-Stick totally. Snake Pandian, that's a disgusting team. I don't know which one, but I agree. Oh, do I think he'll play Trippier? Yeah, I think he has to. He's the number one pick. Atleti are not got any Atleti team that's been good. You can pick the back four every week. You know, it was Juan Fran, Felipe Luis, Miranda, and Godin. You know, it was always the same back four, always. And I think that's Simeone. That's what he wants. You know. You can add friends now on the One Shot League. Oh, that's good to know. So feel free to add me, guys. Alex Dobbins, love this One Shot League. Hope they continue in the event. Yeah. So, Alex, that's actually a really interesting statement, right? So, see if you remember when this One Shot League came out, around that time, a month prior, they came out in the, I don't know if it was in a Q&A or just an announcement on the Discord or whatever. But they said, oh, we've just made a really good deal. Exclusive rights with the Jupiler League, blah blah blah. So obviously we've got the MLS Players Association signed up, which is why we've got the MLS cards that we have. It's the Players Association, i.e. the union. We don't have any of the clubs licensed as such, or even MLS, because MLS is an entity itself. So if they maybe did do that, maybe a bridge to getting more licensing, and then the MLS cards don't just come as headshots, maybe get like the shirt, you know, and we get all the cool stuff with the, you know. So that could be an interesting development, Alex. Keep your eyes peeled on that. Moritz, do you think you can win prizes from in D3 without SR cards and just use 5 decent rares? Morts, up until I just looked at all those numbers, I would have definitely said yes, because it's been done time and time again by myself and others. It's all about the scores, you know, like, I'm looking at, as you seen there when I was going through it, right, I can drop Hakimi, and the only thing I'm really thinking about, and this is a human, like, flaw, right, is I just want to replace that with another super rare, even though I could probably put in like Vlasic. No, not Vlasic, because it's a champion team. I could put in I could pull somebody up from. I could pull Sane up from my D4 situation. There's a really good chance my rare Sane is going to outscore my super rare Renato, my super rare Cuisance, and my super rare Paulinho. You know, so it's one of these ones we have this mental thing where it has to be super. It really just depends on the score, and if it's quite rare that you'll have a super rare that is definitely guaranteed to outscore like anyone in your collection. I've got some guys like Trippier and whatever that I just know that super rare is banking points, and some of them, like Renato Sanchez for example, can be a bit of a gamble on either way. So it depends on your super rare, Morts. It really depends on your rares. If you've got like John Nellis, you know, premium rares, guys who don't score less than 80, then yeah, definitely you could get away with D3 no problem. If you've got big SO5 monsters, it would be tough. Ross has basically said the same thing. Yeah. Sorted. Right, okay, so let me see on my... I'm just going to click dashboard, I think. That's the thing to click. Right, okay, so we've got 20 hours. Now, we have not done well. We've played Van der Voort already. He scored... We're actually done quite well with goalkeeper picks. We got let down with a DNP that game week. Was that the first one? Yeah, that was a killer. And then Dorsch DNP'd on us in the second one. Oh, Jesus. We've not been doing well for the one-shot league so far. We've got to save a player, we've got an extra space. We maybe use it. Let's try the extra space and try and make up for lost time, make up for lost ground. We've got well in route. I might even just play save the card on Charlotte. Right, okay. I need to check the Belgian fixtures again real quick. So I know Anderlecht are away to Antwerp. I want to see who Charleroi have, because they could have a good fixture. I might want their goalkeeper over Welly. Oh Jesus, Charleroi aren't even in this little abbreviated one, are they? Am I missing them? No, I need to go and expand it. Jesus. Plus would take 2 seconds. I hate having dead air, I hate having silence when I'm doing streams. I thought I only need to be silent for a second. Just, oh, there we go, found it. Oh, they're at home at Mouscron. Okay, so I'm going to be going with Remy Deschamps. I'm going to be doing that. I'm probably going to use save a player on him. Available when the match day starts. Okay, cool. So I'm not going to play that just yet. Choose a player. Who else have we got? I think, oh Jesus, I probably should have saved Hendry when I played him, because he's a monster. Mark McKenzie's a gamble. Sardella is a gamble. Bates isn't. We'll play Bates, I think. We'll play Bates. Bates is solid. I know you'll play it, and you should do okay. Home to Mouscron, Mikey. Thanks for saving us. See, I may even just double up on them. Who else we have? Vanaken. I know Bruges actually have a really easy game. I might even just play Vanaken as well. And then up front, Conan Jocelyn, Yusuf Badji. I think I should have played Badji when he was actually playing. I don't think he's going to get back in the team now. Ugbo. Who does Cecil Bruges have? I don't think anyone that great. I'd have played them in a team. Beer Shoot would probably actually do well against them. Let's play Ugbo. We're just going to go firepower. Yeah, let's just go for it this game week. Yeah. Who else do we throw in then? Is there an extra player? We've put in Paul. Oh, I think somebody was just saying actually with that Fred, he might be shaky this game week. We're putting Vanaken. Add him to the squad. Oh, cool. We get more XP. That's nice. That's 5, and then yeah, we're going to use our 1 extra card, and we're going to pull somebody else in. So after Vrancic, oh yeah, let's. Who do Mechlin have? They're away to St. Truzen. Yeah, okay. If he plays, and it looks like he has been playing, and Astor Vrancic is a good shout. or Leuven, Thomas Henry. Let's just do that. Get the firepower in. Yeah, let's do that. That's lovely, jubbly. I'm going to submit that. That looks like me. Yeah, sweet. Happy with that. I don't need to click anything now, do I? Just going to hit my pool. And maybe go back to dashboard to make sure that team's saved. Yeah, sweet. Lovely. So, really excited about that. We might actually climb up the bloody leaderboard. Surface to Air Missile is second. Wow, check you out. Anyone else I recognise up in the top 10? Nope. I don't think I recognise any of those other guys at all. I don't have any friends, guys, on Montreal League, so if you want to add me as a friend, then go for it. You know where I am. My name on this is probably just Quinny. I'd be surprised if it was anything else. Yeah, Quinny. And I'm in 2,215th place. See, I've not been doing too well in this Montreal League. Let's hope for a better one. We then move on. Oh, Morioka won't play. Morioka won't play, says Stefan. Right, okay, we better drop Morioka then. Who do we pull in his place? Astor Vrancic says. Right, okay. Cool. So we're going to go to Sorare Data. Now, Sorare Data League, I've actually been doing really well. I'm waiting for, I need to come up against like Hybe or something like that one week, because there's guys running away with this division on 12 points. I'm on 9 points. I lost one fixture by the slimmest of margins. And I'm confident I can win this league as soon as I get into head-to-heads with guys that have a 100% record, because they're not going to maintain a 100% record after they play me. Fact of the matter. So yeah, let's see. The thing I love the most about the Sorare Data Leagues is that it's 11 a side, so I can really use my full gallery. I can really flex the gallery out into a full 11 a side, which is what we're all dreaming about when we play Sorare, is thinking one day there will be SO11 on Sorare. Imagine what the prizes will be like then. It'll be amazing. Yeah, so Hybe's in 4th, and I see that, I was like, I need to beat Hybe. Clips up there doing well. These guys are all in prizes. That's what's getting me. I'm like, wow, they're tier 2 champion Euro card, tier 1 challenger. You know, there's some good rewards up here. So I need to be playing against these guys who've got 100% records, and I need to take them down. So we're going to go 3-4-3. We've done that every game week so far, and it's worked out for the best because we've got good firepower in the gallery. We've got solid options all across. So goalkeeper wise, who is my favourite goalkeeper this game week? It's, see, it says there Paolo Lobe, Cesaro Osaka, but Paolo Lobe is playing Shonen Belmer before he plays hold on, actually. Let me see the dates, because these, I actually noticed afterwards that the dates were a bit odd, like in terms of it's not the British way, it's like the American and European way or whatever. So let me just check the J League for that. Yeah, so they play Tuesday against Cesaro, and that's my boy's birthday, and they play on the day after Chelsea's birthday, which is Saturday. Yeah, so that's fine. I'm going to go with Paolo Lobe, because yeah, he's my best goalkeeper I think this game week. And I think number 2, I'm tempted to go Navas, but yeah, let's go Navas. It has to be one of the big boys from Champion, because they are amazing goalkeepers. But we're going to go with Paolo Lobe because I'm backing him to have a good game week. And goals for me are 3 at the back. Now we've got some really good choices in defence. Theo Hernandez is probably going to come into the team. Who else have we got? Right, Chris Richards is one of my favourite players now. Chris Richards goes in. I think we probably even put Jack Hendry in, because he's been a baller this season. Robbo, we've got Theo, Yedlin, got a lot of good choices. I think I am going to go with Jack Hendry, and then I'm going to go with Theo Hernandez if I can find him. Boom. Right, okay, cool. And if that's worked out nicely, that'll be right centre back, and left centre back, and that'll look lovely and keep me happy. And on the bench, let's just put Trippier, because if in them DNP, Trippier is probably who I would want to be picking. None of them are going to be captain for the team. In midfield for Barcelona in the Sorare Data 11-a-side league. Okay, cool. And short on super rares, or the only one I've got play 30 minutes or so. So thinking rare over SR, yeah. What else can we play? I am 30th on Sorare Data. I hope not to meet you. Are you third? Is that what 30th means? Sorry, maybe I type in error, Stefan. Or maybe a lost in translation situation. Midfield, right? We've got 4 to pick. We have a lot of midfield quality in the club. And it's a really tough decision this game week because it's the first game after international breaks. I expect Versharin to actually get some good minutes. I don't know how many minutes he'll get. Ao Tanaka is going to play, so he's going to start. Vlasic will play. Sorare will play. Right, so let's just. I'm not even worried about kidding on. It's a real team, right? In terms of he's right mid and all the rest. So we're going to just pick the big boys that we know are playing. Vlasic, Tanaka. I'd probably put Sorare in that conversation. And then I'm really between Kamada and whoever was just next to Kamada. Yeah, Kamada or Wirtz. I think I'll put Wirtz in because Schalke are terrible. Yeah. So that's my midfield. Really strong. And then on the bench, I'm just going to throw Versharin in because I expect him to feature. Pardon me, Sangera's. Actually, I'm going to put Kawabe in. Because I expect Kawabe to get 90 minutes. And actually, no, I'm not going to put Kawabe. I'm going to put in Arturo Isaka. He's going to be my backup centre mid because I've got high hopes for them this game week. And if I get a DNP from these, actually, I might even just drop Wirtz for Isaka. I'm going to drop Wirtz for Isaka. Vlasic and Sorare, yeah, I'm happy with that. But I'm going to start Isaka and put Wirtz on the bench. Arturo, maybe he's there. And then Wirtz. Sweet. Sorted. The captain. I think I go Ao Tanaka because I expect him to play, and the team that they're up against is cannon fodder. Oh, sugar! I pressed load rather than save like a tit. So we'll just do that again. Ao Tanaka, Nikola Vlasic, Carlos Sorare. Where the hell have you went, Arturo? There you are. And then on the bench, Wirtz. Florian Wirtz. There we go, boom. And then we're going to hit captain on Ao. Ao Tanaka. You're third, Stefan. I hope I do meet you this game week. Actually, I'm not sure if this is the best lineup I've got to go into a big league tie situation. Maybe I want to wait till the next game week before I draw another big player who's in third, like Stefan here. Or Hybe. Now, I've got a lot of choices when it comes to firepower. I think Larson and Depay defo get in the team. I think Tati gets in the team as well, actually. Right, so we're going to put Memphis right forward, cutting in on the left. Jordan Larson through the middle. And do we go with Nemeka? Do we go with Sane? Rio Hatate? Marcos Jr., Jonathan David. We have a lot of firepower options. Nemeka is in one of my better teams along with the other guys. I'm going to play Sane. Sane and Depay always play my front threes, flanking somebody like Larson or Nunez or Nemeka. I'm going to keep that going because it served as well. And then we're going to put, so who do we start with? Larson. So we'll put Nemeka on the bench. If any of them DNP, Nemeka's a penalty taker for his club and should start, etc. Save. Guys, I'm really excited about that Lebanon side. After this, guys, I'm just going to take a wee minute, chill out for a second because I've been talking non-stop. But what I want to do is check out the whole team, and then we're going to dive into Sorare Mega, and then we'll be calling it a stream pretty much about there. If there's any questions or anything going on in the comments, guys, let me know. We'll get involved. Oh, I've lost my defence. So I pressed load rather than save like a tit. So who did we have? We had Chris Richards right centre back, Jack Hendry in the middle, and Theo at left, didn't we? Who was our sub? Actually, let's put Ominami sub. Actually, do we even want to put Ominami in ahead of somebody here? Nah. Let's put Trippier sub. Let's keep Trippier. Trippier's like a club mascot almost, you know. He's a big part of the Barcelonan makeup and history. So we've saved that now by all accounts. Let's hit whole team. And let's see how Powell will be. Look at that for a back three. That in real life would be really good, in my opinion. Carlos Sorare, Vlasic, really strong. Yeah, really strong team, guys. I'm so happy with that. If you are unfortunate enough to come up against me this game week, I know Ueda's back. I'm not really. I don't think I need to start him. I've got him in my Asia lineup, but yeah, that's really good. And so let's go see. Stefan's third, right? No sauce, is that you? What a name. Tier 1 All-Star, lovely. If you'll do oh, I don't know why I thought this was going to show me your. Don't know why I thought I was going to show me your lineups that you've picked, but obviously it's not going to show anyone that until the draw's been made and whatever. So yeah, and then we come on to Sorare Mega, guys. Okay, so first time I'm not doing any of that wallet stuff. Mega League, right? So I think we want to enter Mega 8, right? Because I think that's it's in the 8-a-side sort of thing. There's a Mega 3 and a Mega 5. Got a formation to pick. I guess in 2-3-2. I'm going to go 2-2-3, so I've got a lot of good strikers I'm excited about. And then do we just click on this and then... Oh wow, this is quite cool. I actually really like this one. I don't really know what's going on. Dennis Teach, I hope we don't play each other. Well, I do, because I don't think that's actually one of our stronger weeks. You know, so if you're scared of that team, then I want to play you because I don't think it's one of my stronger weeks. Morts, I'm totally with you. I want to make an extra effort with Sorare Mega this week because I do feel. Don't know if you heard that. Sorry. I do feel that I haven't given it enough attention for how even already first impressions it's super slick. Right, so it's 8-a-side. I don't think there's any more rules to know, and I would be surprised if there was. If there is, please let me know. But Power Lobby is going to feature in quite a lot of my lineups like this so far this week. We're picking 2 defenders, right? So I think Chris Richards definitely goes in as one of my best 2 defenders this game week. It is away at Hoffenheim, which feels weird saying away to Augsburg, which feels weird saying this. I don't actually think Augsburg will give them much to deal with. And Bemba could be a really good shout. As well as Jack Hendry's featuring and everything. Let's just keep him going. And oh, sorry guys. No, I was going to say fuck it, dive and just put Yedlin in, but Yedlin is suspended. So if you have a Yedlin, don't play him this game week. You probably don't. I'm probably the only one that was worried about buying him and paid over the odds. So we're going to put in Denzel, Dumfries, midfield. Actually, I want to put Denzel. I'm quite. Do you know? I clicked on Denzel Dumfries here because I actually thought he's going to get a really good score this week, and I didn't really end up having a place for him anywhere. Yeah, I'm going to play Denzel in this team. Why the hell not? Oh, what? Mikey, explain. Go careful here. Quinnies, you can only use cards once per team. Is this for Sorare Mega? What does that mean? Someone explain to me if there's rules I need to know. It's just above and beyond picking an 8-a-side team because that's all I was expecting. Sorry guys. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry guys. But yeah, let me know. What are the rules that I need to be aware of with this? I'm just going to play AO Tanaka. It doesn't affect my real Sorare cards, does it? It just affects the actual deployment. You're all having a laugh at me, sorry guys. Does it just affect the deployment within the Sorare Mega game? Or is it actually, it doesn't actually affect my cards, does it? Hope not. Well, let's play Ueda in this. Well, actually, we'll put Ueda in the centre. Let's put this Jordan centre. And then we'll put Rio Tate on that side. I'm so sorry. Guys, I'm so sorry. I couldn't help it. I'm just not, it's not my pattern. It's not. Oh, got you. Right, okay, that's fine, that's fine. I'm not going to play the 3 and the 5. I'm just going to stick with the 8, I think. Should I play the 3 and the 5? I'm so sorry about the guffin, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to play Sani. Let's see. I'm going to put Ugbo in so he could score some goals. Right, got you, Dennis. Magic. Okay, let's just do that. Confirm. Looks like we've got a team out. Right, let's check out the other ones, right? If we can do them, let's just do them. Why the hell not, eh? Mega 5. Okay, so this is the way they go. What formation do I want to play? It's the same as Sorare. No, don't want to confirm. Let's just go. Let's go 1-2-1 this time. We might change that. Then goals. We can't use Obi. That's fine. We will use Van de Voort. Yeah, Van de Voort. Why not? Oh, this is cool. I like it. Yeah, guys, I'm really impressed by this website. I'm going to put Milan Van Elwick in because I've bought him, not used him yet. In midfield, I tend to actually maybe throw Sol in. I'm going to play Ferran Torres. Why the hell not? He might play. He's been on hot form with Spain. Why the hell not? Cuisance. Why the hell not? This is a pure punt. I would never put this in SO5. I'm just taking an absolute running punt. Darwin Núñez and all. Why they? Oh, actually, Sorloff is the running punt. There we go. This is like, yeah, fuck it. Nothing lost. Why not? Let's give it a shot, eh? Get some of these cards working for me. And then the Mega 3 doesn't seem to be open yet. It had a wee padlocky thing on it. Oh, it's Mega 11. So let's play Mega 3. So you only need 3 cards to play this. I don't think any of them look like goalkeepers. It's kind of anything, I think, isn't it? Anything goes. Okay. So let's just throw in Vlasic. And anyone else decent? We could just Sane. And we'll be going for defenders so it kind of feels like some kind of a team. Trippier and Bemba. Cool. Magic. This was good fun. I've got no idea what's going to happen now. Sorare Dice, I don't know what that is. I don't think I want to play it, but I think it's like getting a, it's kind of like top trump sort of thing, or it's a number, it's got to get below or above it or something. Not really into that for this game week. But yeah, guys, that's Sorare Mega. We've got 3 entries in there: Mega 8, Mega 5, Mega 3. We've got Sorare Data League, which is 11 aside. We've got the One Shot League. We've got that up and running now. And we've got how many SO5 teams? I'm so sorry about anyone, guys. I'm still seeing the comments. I'm so sorry. Guys, it's a massive game week. I'm actually looking really forward to doing the clubhouse with you all tomorrow as well. What am I going to leave you on screen with? We'll have a look at the market. Is there anything in the market that might tickle my pickle? Might get me to buy something. And do any of you know what this is something I want an answer to, right? Do any of you know the actual situation with this whole under 21 bonus? Under 21 Discord competition bonus thing. Are we getting it? Is it happening? When do we get the XP? Because I'm kind of Dennis, now I'm with you on that, right? But I don't know if you do or not, right? But actually, I've watched a lot of Leipzig over the last 3 years. I've watched them a fair bit this season, and like I'm not really convinced. Don't get me wrong. Leipzig against Liverpool didn't give up anything defensively except for the blatant counter-attacks Liverpool got, when Leipzig just overcommitted. They're really good at recovering, but they will go after Bayern, and on the break, guys like Sané, Gnabry, Coman, Muller, Kimmich, these guys are deadly on the break. That is Leipzig's Achilles heel. They're not going to kid on or move away from it or whatever, so I'm happy for Sané to get a goal contribution this game week. Dennis is kind of I think could be disguised better in Clubhouse. It probably can. Guys, it's not, honestly, normally, do you know what it is as well? Normally on this seat, what's that, Hendo? What lineups? Don't think any of the lineups hit the threshold points. What does that mean? Oh, the under 23 thing. Announcement roughly 10 AM tomorrow. Yeah, well, they kind of did. I think you're right, Ross. I think we were always falling short of, what was it, the 60 points they gave us, but the last message I seen them put out looked as if they were kind of coming off the hill from it a wee bit. Like, oh, we'll give you more XP now if you hit it. Upamecano, guys, Upamecano is not the best. I wouldn't worry about Upamecano. I think Leipzig's best back three, if we're all being honest with ourselves, probably doesn't even have Upamecano in it. I think the best back three Leipzig could probably run with would be Konate, Orban, and probably Halstenberg, maybe Klosterman. But, you know, Upamecano gets all these... He's really good, right? He is really good. He's not, for me, he's not better than Mukiele, point blank. I think Konate is a much better, like, actual defender. But Upamecano is this lovely hybrid of the two, where he is rapid and really physical, like both those other players are. Mukiele especially is very quick. He's got a good last ditch tackle in him, and he's very tidy at passing. That's why people like him. But for me, like, whenever I've seen Leipzig's worst games, Upamecano's probably played in them, to be honest with you. And their best games, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't even present. So I wouldn't actually even worry about Upamecano playing or not. He is quick. He is very quick. He's tight. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong. But see, I've just seen enough of Leipzig over the last 3 years or whatever, where if Upamecano's not in the defence, it really doesn't worry me, honestly. They were just to 40, and we hit it last game week, and they upped it to, yeah, excellent, Chris. Yeah, there's some sort of... So if we all get 1500 XP, that's cool. The only reason I'm asking is because I've not bought anyone from the market since Tio Hernandez, because if there is bonus XP coming my way, then I want it to be on Tio Hernandez rather than some K-League guy I might just pick up quite flippantly. Yeah, Mikey, Mike, I'm totally with you. Mukiele does that also, but Mukiele does best at right wing back rather than right centre back. So when you have Mukiele right wing back, you've got Angelino left wing back, then having Upamecano in there is very useful. Halstenberg is very good in that position also. Orban, yeah, he doesn't quite have the speed, and neither does Konate, but they're not really that. They're not mega slow. So I wouldn't really worry about Upamecano being in or out. Tyler Adams as well does well in defence for them. Also, whew, yeah, guys, lovely stream. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you guys have as well. I'm happy to hang about for it. We've been here for just under an hour and a half. I'm happy to talk about it for a little bit. Any questions, comments, whatever, just throw them my way, and we'll bat them out and we'll have a wee chat. I've got. Do you want to know the names of the videos I've got lined up? So we've got 3 videos about to come out over the next, I don't know, let's say 5 days or something like that maybe. What are they called? 5 mistakes. I've not quite ironed out the name, right? But it's the 5 biggest mistakes people make when they're new. It'll be called something like that. Orban over Upamecano is a wild shout. I don't think you've seen enough of Orban. Orban is a monster. He's an absolute beast of a defender. He's not as rapid as Upamecano. His passing isn't actually really that much different. But it's the pace, it's the big difference in age and prestige. Is really the difference. I don't know why. I don't think Pep likes Angelino. I think they. So as you know, he was in the City football group kind of system with New York and Man City and whatever. They sent him on loan. They sent him on loan somewhere after New York, and he didn't really do that great. And then PSV signed him, and then Man City seen him and were like, oh, we better actually, maybe he's better than we thought. Bring him back, and then they've brought him back, paid money for him, had a look at him, and just not fancied him for whatever reason, and they've just turned him out. I think it's a Pep decision rather than a. Because I think the City football group, the people who make these decisions, liked him enough to keep him around for so long, liked him enough to buy him back and bring him in, and I think Pep's just got his hands on him in training and just not taken to him. Did he? Oh, I'm hoping that price comes down, David. I'm hoping that price comes down because it's still a wee bit pricey for me. I don't really need a K-League midfielder other than Ki Sung Young, so it needs to come under that probably 0.11 mark for me to be really interested. I was going to say something else there. I can't remember what. But Orban's good. I would not underestimate Willie Orban. His injury record is awful, but I think the whole Leipzig team have got a really bad history record. You know, especially guys like Upamecano. Sorry, I've dropped my slipper. It's going to annoy me. Konate and even Mukiele and Halstenberg and Kloss. All their defenders have not got good injury records. It must be said. Well, yeah, you can think that's a bit of a bad shout if you want, but he's solid. Any more guys? There's about 34, 35 of these here. If there's any questions, so yeah, sorry, that's what I was telling you. My next 3 videos. So we've got the 5 biggest mistakes new people make, or something. It'll sound like that. Sound something like that. The selling triangle. Wait till you see that video. I had good fun making that. I hope you like it. The selling triangle. 5 biggest mistakes you make when you're new. The selling triangle. What was the other one? me go check. What was the other one? It's going to bug me. Mistakes you make when you're new. The selling triangle. And 5 steps. That was it. 5 steps to building a strategy. So we'll have plenty of videos on the channel like we always do, talking about different strategies and all that kind of thing. You just spot the just spot the background, Dom. And Dennis. Yes, I've been at St. Pauli once. I went at St. Pauli against Kaiserslautern. Actually, I don't know. I'll do this in the background, right? I'll show you the match because it was epic. I'll tell you the story if you really want to hear it. It was good fun, but what was I saying now? Oh yeah, so we'll be plenty of content on the channel. We'll be talking about actual different strategies you can deploy, yada yada yada. But this video is just kind of giving you 5 kind of basic, like kind of principles to, if you want to make your own strategy, which most of you probably do anyway. How, you know, key things to keep in mind and making sure you're building a Bundesliga 2 women. To help you kind of do that basically. So I had fun making all those videos. I've got another one that I need to make, not tomorrow because it's obviously the Ball and Chain's birthday. But it's going to be 2 sneaky shortcuts to, I don't want to say success, that sounds dead cheesy, but 2 wee sneaky good practices to be doing. So I've got that to record as well. I've got an amazing series. I'm not going to tell you anything about it, but I've got an amazing series getting recorded now with some guests and whatnot. That'll be releasing on like the 8th, 9th of April. So stay tuned to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do all that. Blah 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 blah. Who lives next to the stadium in Hamburg? Is that you, Dennis, or Dom? Who lives in Hamburg? Next to the Jolly Roger. Oh, nice, Dom. Nice. Who lives next to the Jolly Roger? That's what I want to know. Right, where is St. Pauli? Are Kaiserslautern still in Bundesliga 2? Or have they been relegated? I think they did get relegated last year, didn't they? It was a bit of a shock. Yeah, they're out. Okay, it's going to be hard for me to find this match. What year was it? Oh, Jesus. What I'm trying to find is a St. Pauli match against Kaiserslautern. And then I'm going to go into the head-to-head and I'll be able to find it there because I can kind of remember the score and whatever. But I just want to show you this because I've told this story before. And since I'm on screen, I'm on a stream, I can actually just show you how it all panned out because it was absolutely mental. It was one of the best games of football I've ever been to. If any of you out there aren't really aware, like I'm a Celtic fan and Celtic have this really close, like, I don't even want to say an affiliation, but this kind of like thing with St. Pauli where they're kind of like sister clubs or whatever because it's all about, they're both quite socialist clubs in different ways, you know. So that's the main tie-in. And most Celtic fans will go to St. Pauli for a game. I must admit, when I went to St. Pauli, and guys, the German guys will be able to confirm this, I'm sure, but St. Pauli's colours are brown and red, and when I went to the match, there was just as many people wearing green and white as there was in green and white Celtic, of course. Which is mind-blowing when you're a Celtic fan and you go away to something like this. The amount of Celtic tracksuits I've seen and scarves and all sorts of stuff. Absolutely. Come on, Kaiserslautern, where the hell are you? You must have played St. Pauli at some point. Oh, maybe I just keep missing it. Oh, there we go. Right, okay, so I've got... I'll probably just be able to pull it up into this little page, I think, won't I? That's what I'll do. Right, okay, so we've got the head-to-head now. Sorry guys, I know I'm just kind of looking at the screen. I'm getting really close to the camera because the camera's like in front of that little bit of my second screen. So, when would that have been? Right, so it was St. Pauli at home. 2014, that might be it. I don't think it was the 2014 game, although Hausenberg played in that. That'd be interesting if it was. Oh, yeah, it was 2014, but it wasn't the game I clicked on. I think it's this game. Yeah, right, okay. So I'm going to open this tab up so you guys can see it on screen. So I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that, and that. Right, okay, I'm going to actually just try and throw this up. Actually, how did I do that before? Yeah, I'll do this. Okay, so edit. And we're just going to throw up an RB page. So it's 2 seconds, guys. So I've been to St. Pauli once, is the whole moral of this undertaking. And it was an epic game of football against Kaiserslautern, who, when I was a little boy growing up, were actually a big team in Germany. I think they won the league in the 90s. I'm pretty sure they did. And, you know, so we bought the tickets off of Viagogo. And if you've never bought tickets off of Viagogo, it's fucking expensive for a start. And then we got there. The tickets are obviously in German and everything, which is fine, you know. No, not that. But it was, the tickets were for the away stand, not the home stand. So this is the game in question. Okay, so I'm just going to pull it up on my screen so I can see it as well. So we were in the away stand. We were in with the Kaiserslautern fans, and I don't know what they were singing to this day, right? But oh, have I still froze? I don't think I've still froze now, have I? I might have just been when I was doing that little editing thing or whatever. There we go. I think should be fine. I don't know what the Kaiserslautern fans were singing, right? You can drink beer and smoke in the stand and all that. It was great. I had a lot of fun, right? They were singing something in German, and I'll never know what it was, right? But the song they were singing, in English, the words sounded like, she likes to shag a goat. Likes to shag a goat. Obviously it's German, so that's not what they're saying, but that's the way it sounded. But anyways, you can see it was a 3-2 win to Kaiserslautern, right? So me and my pal are there. Let's even look at the lineups. I'm sure there'll be some familiar faces here. So we've actually got Willie Orban playing, talk of the devil for Kaiserslautern. We've got Leonard Tai, number 18 there for St. Pauli. He's in Eredivisie at the moment. Me and John were just talking about him in a video. Marcel Halstenberg over here on the right wing for St. Pauli. Now plays for, would you cry it, Leipzig. And I think I recognise the goalkeeper's name. I might be from this match. Tribal is a name I think I recognise. Anyone on the bench? Oh look, there's Gregorish, whatever his name is. Florian Cringe, Seth Meyer. Some good little players in this Leipzig team all the way back when. Alex Ring of NYC in the MLS is in the Kaiserslautern team over here. That's interesting. And is there anyone, did he even come on? No, I didn't get to see him play. That's unfortunate. Idrisu, recognise him, but probably, yeah, so interesting, right? That is insane, isn't it? The amount of cool players that are in this team, eh? But look, right, so it's 1 each at half time. Me and my pal are buzzing. There's this mad Baker guy behind us. He throws a pint, gets a wee bit over us. We have a wee bit of a chat with him. But we've got all this, that's the thing. We're in the away end. And we've got, you know, we've went there as kind of football tourists. So we've got the St. Pauli stuff, you know, we've got jackets, scarves and whatever. And then we're in the away end and they're going ballistic. You know, the German fans are brilliant. It's 1 each at half time. Quickly after half time, it goes 2-1. As you can see there, Florian Cringe makes it 2-2 at 89 minutes. And the place goes nuts, right? I've actually just seen who gets sent off. It was Willie Orban. But then everything kind of breaks out. Everyone's going nuts because St. Pauli are going mental. We're in the away end and it's just went quiet because it's now 2 each. And everyone's like, oh, damn it, should have won this game and all the rest of it. And then, as you can see, Willie Orban gets sent off in the 91st minute. There's a sub in the 92nd minute. And I'm not joking. This goal from Jensen happened right in front of me. In the 97th minute, the place went absolutely tits. It was a good goal as well. If you can find it on YouTube or whatever, it was a good strike. It was an amazing goal. It had a big part to play in the promotion. Yeah, Dom, it did. It was a good goal and a good game. Yeah, it did have a big part to play that season because they were fighting for third to be in the playoff spot. And that year as well, Hamburg were in the playoff spot in Bundesliga 1. So if they, you know, it could have worked out to be an amazing kind of end to season. Didn't quite pan out, obviously. But then, as that goal went in, me and my pal straight away, we just went like that, right, we're out of here. As soon as everyone's going nuts, the goal was amazing, we kind of enjoyed it. Soaked it in for, like 15 seconds, and then went, right, let's get out of here. Walked out the back door of the stadium. Walking by, there's like a train station-y bit kind of there. And honestly, I'm not joking you. Like, have you ever seen the Fast and Furious that The Rock's in? One of the vans that The Rock drives in the Fast and the Furious, about 4 of them come by us, and I've never seen police like this at a football game. Armour, helmets, fucking everything. And there must have been, I don't know, in my memory, there must be about 20 of them. They're all going marching towards the away end, and me and my pal were just getting some Poly stuff back out. Like, oh, we're some Poly guys, you know, we're just tourists. Don't arrest us. And we all went on our merry way and had a good night. That was all good fun. But yeah, little story. I've been at one St. Pauli match, and it was a fucking good one, must admit. Had a great time. Hamburg's a great city if you've never been. Dom was there too. Oh, sorry. Dom, were you at this game too? Oh, sorry. When did you say that? I think I played. Oh, sorry. That's amazing. Nah, Dom, we were at the same game. Oh, you were with the St. Pauli fan. Oh, sorry, I missed that message. I missed that message, Dom. Brilliant. Well, I say our ticket was in the fucking away end, which was we wanted to go in with the St. Pauli fans, you know, but don't get me wrong, Kaiserslautern, following them in a away match, if you ever get the chance to do such a thing, was good fun for me anyway. And it was a great match, great entertainment. The ticket, the face value of the ticket is like €20. You can have a beer in the stand, you can have hot dogs, you can smoke. Or I smoked anyway, I don't know if you're actually meant to or not. But yeah, had a great time. And I look forward, I was actually having this chat with John and different people in my life and whatever as well, but football tourism is something I want to do more of when all this COVID restrictions come up, because I'm one of these guys where I've always kind of put that stuff off and thinking, I'll do it next year, I'll go to that game next time, no, I'm too busy, I can't afford it, and maybe just put these things off, whereas COVID's kind of given me that kind of cold shiver, if you like, and I really want to get back on. I really want to start doing that stuff, and that's the only game abroad I've watched, you know, live, and it's a crying shame for me, it really is. But yeah, guys, I've had great fun tonight. If there's nothing else, I'm going to leave you to it. Clubhouse tomorrow. Hendo's saying it's booked in for 1. I think the deadline is 1. I'll probably jump onto Clubhouse at like, I don't know, maybe 12 or something. And if any are there early, cool. Because I think the deadline is 1. So we want to be a wee bit ahead of the deadline, I think. Thanks a lot, guys. If you are new around here and you've enjoyed the... If you're new around here and you've enjoyed the stream, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like I was just explaining to you, there's plenty of good content coming out. Over the next 2 weeks is kind of booked out for content, so please keep your eyes peeled for that. You should really enjoy it. Also, by the way, I must say, me, Hendo and McBride, or McGawka, we did an amazing little series called Champagne Super Rare. I don't think it's been that well picked up in terms of views and stuff like that. We talk a lot about super rares and a lot of the stuff you need to, or a lot of stuff that we experienced and we kind of went through, and going from rare to super rare. And the unfortunate thing is when those videos came out and after they were recorded, is that the market changed a lot, you know. So some of the stuff is a little bit, in terms of some of the valuations we talk about will be a wee bit skewed, but they're not that skewed. So I definitely recommend, if you're